Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to turn the camera to the 10 other people on this side of the room. Okay, it's amazing, amazing. All right, can you introduce yourself with enthusiasmus?
Sure.
Very good.
I'm Paola. I'm from Mexico, and I've been here since 2023. I'm learning English.
So just 1 second there, Paola and Daphne. This is what you're going to see. Okay, exactly. Right, continue, Paola.
So yeah, I'm 26 years old, and I'm from Mexico.
Again, I'm from Mexico again, yeah. We're going around in circles there. Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Yes.
What else?
Enthusiasmus finito. Okay, right. Next.
I'm Fernanda.
Sorry, who are you? Who are you? Dr. Fernanda. Dr. Fernanda. Continue.
I've been here since October. My first week.
Yes, exactly right.
Enthusiasm Center.
Enthusiasmus finito. Next. Enthusiasmus Korea. Yes.
I'm Juhi from Korea. And
North or south?
oh, very stupid question.
She's from North Korea.
Yeah, North Korea.
That's right. Yes, continue.
Yeah. I live in Ireland.
Where do you live?
I live in Ireland. Ireland.
Yeah, that's better.
More than 1 year.
Yes, very good. Next.
I'm from Mexico.
Say what's your name?
My name is Carlos.
Say what's your name?
My name is Charles. I'm from Mexico, and this is my second week here in Ireland.
Very good. Next, Daphne.
I'm Daphne. I'm from Brazil. I've been here since January. I chose Coco in intermediate.
It seems like an interview to me. Like the four of you sitting over there and poor Daphne is over here. Okay, so anything else?
I'm 33 years old.
You're 33? I would have said 20s. Right, question.
How many times you are going to stay here?
You wouldn't say how many times. If you say how many times, you're saying what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you say times, it's occasions. So how many times do you come to class a week? 5 or 2 or 3, etc. Okay? What you want is how much time, but really in this context you want to say how long. Okay? So how long will
you going to stay here?
How long will you stay here, Daphne? How long?
At first 8 months, maybe more.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Dear, oh dear, having to stay in Ireland for that long. Tragic. Next, Paola.
Why did you choose to?
I love this now. Did you see that there now? Paola, before the class, she was doing her makeup for the camera now. And now every question she's asked.
No.
Look at this, yes. Excellent. This is Juhi's game. Next.
I didn't.
Question.
Oh yeah. Why did you choose to come here?
Why did you choose to come to Ireland? Let me guess. Australia was too expensive. Yes, there you go. Yeah, there it is. It's always the same. Any other reasons?
England? No.
No. That was the only reason.
I chose aleatory.
Next.
Do you have any hobbies or what do you do for fun?
I like reading.
Reading. Yes. It's not that exciting. Reading what? English textbooks? Yeah, you see the no enthusiasmus. Okay, right. Next. Mary, did you see that there, Paula? See that there from Juhi? Yes, very good, very good.
You had a job in Brazil?
Do you have a job where?
In Brazil?
Brazil. Brazil. We say that.
Yeah, actually I'm still working for Brazil. I
Oh.
work at home office.
What's the job?
I work with finance.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Very good. A good job, yeah. Yes, very good. Excellent. So, yes, yes, very good. Yes. Very good. Next question, Charles.
What's your favorite thing to do here in Ireland?
What's your favorite thing to do in Ireland?
Nothing.
Your favorite thing to do in Ireland, Daphne?
Are you okay? Morning shower.
I don't know
Sorry,
yet.
just 1 second there. I think you're getting a moment of inspiration there, Daphne. What's your favorite thing to do in Ireland again? What is it?
Class?
English class, of course, yes, very good. Next, our supermodel.
What do you think about Irish boys?
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Interesting, come on, we need interesting.
I don't know. Irish boys or Irish women. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
Well,
sorry.
what do you prefer?
Sorry, yeah, it doesn't matter. It could be guys.
Exactly.
or-
Well, what do you think of the Irish?
In general?
Yeah, that it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Yes, yeah.
They look like nice people. Yeah.
Have you met any Irish people? Oh dear, oh dear. Well, speaking of beautiful Irish people, hello, sexy director Seamus. Sorry, hello, sexy director Seamus. Oh, that's very. Well, what do we want in this class? Enthusiasmus. Okay, right. Okay, right. Next, Dr. Fernanda.
Cats or dogs?
Oh no, that's a terrible question. I heard some terrible news about poor Daphne last week. Yes. Yes, I did. Well, Coco told me terrible news. Yes, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a terrible question. Okay. Anyway, next.
No worries.
Have you ever traveled in Europe? European country? Europe country?
European country.
European country?
Not yet.
Only
It's my
Ireland.
first.
Only in Ireland. Oh, how disappointing. How disappointing. Excellent. Right. Everyone up. So everyone down. Juhi, what do we want in this class? Fake enthusiasm. So everyone up. Sit back down again. Right. Okay. Juhi, what do we want in this class? Fake enthusiasm. Everyone up. Yes, that's it. Right. Okay. So you're going to answer these questions, which are perfect. Okay. Please let me see. So there we go. Right, okay, so answer those questions about your weekend activities and... Oh no, stand up there now, Charles. Now mix, okay, mix. Now somebody please be nice to Daphne. It's not nice, Daphne, when I say mix and they all go over it. Right, mix. No, not 5, 3 and 2. I think your dog passed away last week.
Do you speak English?
Yes. Oh, last year? Oh, for God's sake, she said last week.
Yes. I get almost 4 hours. Yeah, I don't know. We talked about
My dog
video
passed
call.
away.
So like we can check the time and
2002.
when
When did 2010?
Wow.
Well, Coco is very, very.
How are you?
Yeah. Did you speak English? So,
What is Spanish?
You want to hear girls for the camera? Judy, for the camera. That's it.
You visited before GP?
Yeah, I speak.
Yeah, I have visited, but not this time because I know
My roommate, my
I'm
Brazilian, so I need to.
Yes, I did, but I didn't. The last part sounds like Granada. Yeah, this is I know Granada because
Same thing. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like an orange, but
This is outside red.
yeah, I don't think so. Like a little bit.
And then inside.
What do we want? Enthusiasmus.
I think I conversation with my partner. But the kind of argument as well. Oh, we talk about I will listen. Yesterday we talked about how because I'm planning to move to different country. So actually it's pretty like a relationship. And living together is not normal. But if I want to, but actually not really. Is there? Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. So at least I need to like to move out, but also because I have to prepare. But I want to make sure he's at the yeah, next year so this will be comfortable because like now we no he lives with their friends and he goes to different direction and then I will move to Amsterdam or Amsterdam. So this is one car for 1.5 hours. Yeah, it will be closer. Yeah, but my car is more closer. Yeah, but I feel like most are. This is I feel like this is weird before marriage together. But here, because and then I live in Netherlands 2 years, and then after that I took a little bit of time to move. But I feel like.
Okay, keep going on the next page.
It is really hard to it's not much I feel like really hard to understand the pattern. Oh no, it's not normal. Yeah, like kind of prom or fiance, engagement and married, like a little bit together. But we still like living together.
Oh, really? So you like just wow. Takes a lot of time.
Not now. Yeah, not now. And then it's too soon.
No.
Yeah, and then so maybe later. So and then we never ever talk about getting married.
We do.
Yeah, because we and then so I jump a lot. It's okay, but it's oh, so it's just so hard to
Charles?
Pronounce, yeah.
So that's one. And I feel like this is also our cultural problem. So we were kind of this little bit argument. Oh, I'm sorry.
You had an argument this weekend.
My problem. 4 hours.
4 hours with Alex.
Oh my god.
4 hours argument.
We our question is
So what were you arguing about?
I will planning to move to.
I will. No, sorry. I am planning
I'm planning to go to Netherlands.
to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, where is Alex?
That's why you say so.
Germany. Small problem there, no?
Well, the cultural problem is in South Korea, like if you are married, only in a relationship together is impossible here. But in Europe, it's really
Preparation.
yeah, preparation.
Like,
You don't want to need preparation.
it's not, you cannot choose
Alex is saying he just leaves all the bad dishes on the table, and he comes home and he's always in his home. Okay, etc. You don't know!
It's okay.
You're in favor of preparation.
Of course you need to
Yeah?
prepare. Yes, yes, you need to
Oh my
prepare.
God.
We would move in after marriage. After marriage, we would move in. Would you? Oh my God. Terrible.
Just after.
After you get married, you will move in.
It's because I don't know, probably I would like to know a little bit
Yeah.
more
yeah,
about
exactly.
how it's to live with this
Exactly,
person.
exactly. Preparation.
But not a lot.
Yeah,
Not a lot.
You need a
Not
lot.
a lot.
How long do you need? 2 weeks?
No, probably just a year.
A year.
Yeah, not a lot because after that, no wedding,
I would say
no wedding, no
4
wedding,
years.
no.
4 years.
For you,
years.
just a relationship.
Preparation.
Come on.
Preparation. Just
no,
thinking.
no, no.
Focus.
No,
Focus, ladies.
Before? Different things. In your country? When students were thinking? I don't use this.
Yes. Question?
What's the name of this thing that you use for dry the dishes? You know, like
Oh,
you
right.
clean and then you put that. Towel? No, like you put the dishes like the glasses also.
Oh. Just a second, I'll get to that again. Do you know in Spanish?
Fregadero.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to say
I'm not, actually,
you know from I like to say because my roommate Brazilian wants to was there and we just spoke about this.
I will move to. I like 90%.
Oh.
Like she will like same. Yeah, she will move this right. Yeah, right.
This right.
Yeah.
Drain.
ChatGPT gave me that.
So that's good for me. Well, I learned using English, but I don't know on 50-50 from now. So not making it, that is not really considered. So like 50-50. Not?
Enthusiasmus. Redo. Re again. Do. Do again.
Yeah. They were. know, like a me or like a he or he's like it's not really, but he's
I understand more.
this is good for
I listen
and I feel like arguments, some argument or fights with someone, it is really, really nice to learn.
I
Speaking.
get confused.
You idiot.
I feel like because I have to say why I feel like that because of long life I have to explain everything myself. So I feel like when I have a question or when I have a dating or like I want to say, and then when I want to say it, like I feel really bad because of I want to say it, so I learned some more before I call it, and then I and some more to learn because of I prepared to learn. Argument, and then start to get out to GPT and then some more. Yeah! My ears is perfect. So like, I feel bad because of your really bad behavior like that. So it's really good for to learn it more.
To start to improve and
And then the next me really good like
Sit down, please. Oh, and I forgot, Daphne, I forgot to even tell you my name. This is my name. My middle name is French. My goodness, laughing at my name. And my family name is Italian. It's Italian. There you go. If you need my assistance. To be honest, could you please move over there, please, Juhi? Yes, yeah. Because it's a bit sad. Poor Daphne looks alone over there, while all four of you socially. Yes, much better. Right. Okay. Now I'll ask you a few of these questions, but before I do, I'll go over some of the language that I heard you use before. The first thing is that when you're asking those questions, very often the answer is in the past. Okay, now some of you, I don't know if you're just using the present form or you're just not clear with the pronunciation of these things. Okay, so there are three pronunciations of the ed form in English for the verbs. So one of them is id or ed. If the verb ends in a T or a D, then you pronounce id. So can you give me a verb that ends in a T?
wanted.
Thank you very much, Julie. Excellent. Good suggestion. Wanted. Okay, so the reason you pronounce this as an id is because the verb ends in a T. Can you give me a verb that ends in a D?
Edit.
Added. Oh yes, yeah, added. Very good, Juhi. Good work, good work. So the pronunciation is again 3, 2, 1. Sorry, just 1 second there. Obviously, I didn't work my magic. Enthusiasmus. 3, 2, 1.
Edit.
Oh my God, this is depressing. Right, okay. Next one then. If the verb finishes in one of these sounds, then you pronounce like a T. But what are these sounds? What's common about all these sounds? They're unvoiced.
No.
What was that? They're not voiced. Very good, Juhi. Yes. So what does they're not voiced or their voices mean? No vibration.
No vibration.
No vibration in the vocal cords. Exactly. No vibration in the vocal cords. So you don't have like this. Okay? So it's p, k, f, s, sh, ch. No vibration here. Okay? So there's nothing happening here. Can you give me a word beginning or finishing with p? Stop.
Stop.
Very good again. This woman is on fire. Okay? Right. So how do you pronounce that?
Stop. Stop.
Stop. That's much better. Okay, so everyone, 3, 2, 1.
Stop.
Very nice. Next, can you give me a verb that is not the
Work.
verb you're thinking about? Work.
Oh.
Yes, very good. Okay.
My brain working.
Yes. Yes, work. How do you pronounce this?
Worked.
Worked. Worked. Can you give me a verb that ends in F? Sniffed. That's very good. Okay, so how do you pronounce that? Sniffed. A verb that ends in S. Sorry. No, I was just thinking about my weekend. Sorry. Okay. But kissed. Kissed. Next.
Finished.
Finished. Okay. How do you pronounce it again?
Finished. Watched.
My goodness, what happened to you on the weekend? This amazing performance. Okay? Watched. Now, all the other sounds that are vibrated, so in other words, they're called voiced. So the voiced sounds, they get the pronunciation D. And then all the other sounds as well, like vowels. So for example, can you give me a verb ending in B? Okay, what do you call the thing in the movies where you hear the voice? There's no subtitles, but they've changed the voice. Like, hello. Okay, dubbed. Dubbed. Okay, so they changed the voice of the person speaking. So this is the pronunciation, or sorry, this is the word. What's the pronunciation? Dubbed. 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 This. G. Any words ending in G verbs I should say, that you end in G? Again? No, that's a G. Anyone? C.
No, C.
No, that's an sound. Okay? No, just with the G. So usually you will have things like that. Double G. Anyone else? Which? No, that would be a Ch. No, suggested ends in a T. Now, I knew it wouldn't continue. Okay, we got to here and then, oh no, my brain has stopped. Okay, that's very good. Okay, anything else? Okay, I'll give you one. Lagged. Okay, if something lags behind, it's delayed. You know this word. Jet lag. So when you get off the plane, you seem like you're in a different time behind. Okay, so if you lag behind, you're delayed, or you're not as progressed as someone else. Okay. B. You don't know any words? B.
Loved.
Isn't that? And she's back on form. Loved. Okay. Or. Yeah, I suppose we go with that. Now, Z sounds, this is a little bit more, like for example, if I said that. How would you pronounce that? Whizzed or whizzed. Okay, the reason again, because there's a Z sound. Z. And then this is supposed to represent J. So for example, if I said lodged. Does anyone know what that means?
No.
So when you put money into the bank, you will say lodge money in the bank. So when you deposit the money in, okay? So you can say lodged as well. And then this, for example, this. How do you pronounce that? Played. Do not pronounce it like that, or you will get plate. Okay? So be careful about that. So these are the typical pronunciations. I don't try to remember all those sounds here. Try to remember that it's voiced. So the difference between those two sounds is voicing. Say s. Put your fingers here. S. Now say z. Do you feel the difference? Okay, so if you feel the difference, that's the difference in the voicing and no voicing. Vibration, no vibration. If you want, it's more easy to hear the difference or feel the difference. If you go like this, try that. You should feel nothing. Now when you go zzz, you feel a funny thing in your head. That's the vibration from this being transmitted up. Okay? Alright, so that's them. Now, Dr. Fernanda said she used to speak to an old Irish woman, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, an old Irish woman who pronounced this word sort of like that. Okay, so how would you pronounce that?
Ba.
How would you pronounce this?
Ba.
Again?
Ba. But.
But.
Now, what Paula's doing is a typical Spanish-speaking mistake and say ba, ba, and she's not pronouncing anything at the end. Okay? So if a Spanish speaker is doing it, you can't just take a siesta at the end. You can't go, oh, I pronounced the first few letters, so that's enough. Okay? No, you must pronounce at the end really aggressively. Yeah, close enough. Now, saying that, lots of Irish people will have variations on the sound. So you'll hear, for example, bush, 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 bush. Okay? Now you might think that's very strange, but Brazilians do not pronounce those two sounds like English speakers. So an English speaker, when they're pronouncing the T and D, Russians don't do this either. Okay? The T and the D, where's that bloody hand? Okay, so this is the top teeth. Okay? And then there's a little bit of skin, a tiny little bit of skin above the teeth, okay? That thing there is called the alveolar ridge. You don't need to worry about it. If you want the name, it's over there. This is where English speakers put the T and the D. T, D. They do not touch the teeth. Brazilians, to some extent, touch a little bit of the teeth, and it's like that, okay? Russians will generally do that as well. So, t, d, t, d, t, d, t, d, not the same sound. So if you produce it like that, some Irish speakers do the same, because in the Irish language there's sort of this phenomenon. So you get bush, 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 okay? Especially if they're very old. But I told you in Dublin, very often they will pronounce it in a slightly different way. What's the most popular sport in the world?
Football.
Again? Football. You don't say football. Nobody says that. They say football. Say uh-oh. Sorry. 3, 2, 1.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yes. Now say buh. No. Buh. Buh. Exactly. Buh. So there are lots of varieties. It's not just this. And to be honest, the pronunciation of is different in different contexts, okay, in different dialects. So I will say but or buh, but other people might say ba, a slightly different pronunciation of the vowel in the middle. Okay, so you have to be careful about that. And then the other thing, I forgot to take it off. Okay, the other thing that you will see on the board are these things. So what's a tea towel? This thing. Okay, this is a tea towel. And then the other words are dish rack, draining rack, and drip tray. So I forgot the word for this. So this is when you're, I'll show you a picture. Okay, so when you're trying to dry the dishes, you might use one of these things. That thing. Okay, see that? Now, some of them have a tray under, and that thing is called a drip tray. So the water goes onto the tray. Does everyone understand that? So the tray is this thing. Well, when would you usually use a tray? In what context would you use a tray?
Prepare something?
Yeah, which things?
For example, a cup of tea.
Yeah, plates and cups. Okay, so you might, when you go to a restaurant, if it's self-service, you just, or a buffet, whatever, you bring a tray. Okay, so the drip tray is where the water drips onto the tray. Now, what's drip mean? I don't know what you were doing on the weekend. Okay, right? Yeah, sort of. Okay.
Coffee.
No. So sort of. I think you know what I mean. So if I had a tap, does everyone understand the tap? Okay. So and it's a little bit open, just a bit. It's going to drip. The water is going to drip down, etc. Okay. You understand that? So if it's a drip tray, the water is not going to go like that. It's just going to eventually fall off. Okay. So that's what drip means. A rack, you should learn that word as well. This word here, you can use in other contexts. What's a clothes rack? Clothes rack. Where would you find one of them? Now, just to clarify, I know there are only 5 of you. But the depression in this room today, it's very unnerving for Daphne. Daphne will go back, her friends will ask her, what was the experience like in that club? Oh, very sad, very sad. Okay, so the clothes rack is where you hang the clothes. Okay, so you put the clothes on the rack. Okay, so this is a word that you're going to see when you go into the clothes shops. They're full of racks. Okay, so the bar across, that's going to help you hold it up. And one other thing about this, what's drain? What's that word?
Like no water.
Okay, basically, yes. Okay, so in the sink, oh God, I can't draw it. Oh my God. Looks like a new job. Okay, right. Thank you very much. Come on now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right? Where the water goes, that's called the drain. You understand that? So it goes down into the drains. Okay? You can say the drains on the street as well. Okay? Now, did you notice something about that Dior before? So last week I gave you some phonemes. Can you tell me what FL words mean? What do words beginning with FL mean?
Movement in air or
Yeah, movement in air or water. Can you give me examples of that? Flow, fluid, fly, flutter, flap, etc. Lots of those. If I give you this word, or this phoneme thing, SN at the beginning of words, what do you think that means? Nose. Can you give me examples of that? Choo! What's that? Sneeze. Sniff. What's that? Snort. Snort, for example. Okay? I'm just trying to keep up with the kids. Now, DR means what? Pull. Was it there, Juhi? Pull. Yes, very good. So what words do you know, beginning with DR, have something to do with pull? Which? Drugs. Oh, drag. Yeah, drag. Oh, yeah. Drugs there for a second there. Dr. Fernanda. Okay, excellent. Right? Drag. Yeah. Anything else? Drawer. Withdraw and draw. What else? Anything else? Draft. For example, beer, or draft horse, or even just the word draft. Okay. So the word drag means this. What's a drag queen again? What's a drag queen? Yeah, one person. Yeah. In the... What kind of noise is that? Okay, right. Okay, so drag queens are called drag queens because in the past, when they were dressing up as women, they would drag the clothes, the dress or the skirt, along the floor. That's why they're called drag queens. Drawers are the places where you put the knives and forks. You pull that out. You withdraw money from the bank. What does that mean? You pull the money out. You take it out. Okay? If you draw something, you pull the pen around the board or whatever, around a piece of paper. Draft beer is what kind of beer? What kind of beer is draft? Now look at the expert over here, the alcoholic. Yes, very nice accent. What's a draft horse? What's a draft horse? Now remember, DR means pull. So what's a draft horse? What kind of horse? No, it pulls. So it's one of those big horses like that they used to have on the farms to pull the objects. Okay, so pull a trailer or whatever, etc., or plough. And draft on its own. If I said, for example, you always complain about drafts in this class. What are you complaining about? What do people in this class always complain about? Oh, it's so cold, Andrew. Oh, you left the window open. Now, a draft is when the wind comes in or the air comes in under a small gap in the door, for example, or in the window. Okay? So, all of you will complain about the draft because the air is pulled in. You understand that? So, the DR very often means pull. Now, can you see where those words can come from then? A drip tray. It's being pulled by gravity, you could say. And the same thing with the drain. The water is being pulled down, okay, again by gravity. So the DR very often has something to do with that pulling, okay? All right, I'll ask you a few of those questions. The first one then, did you speak English this weekend? And if so, with whom and in what situations? Dr. Fernanda.
No.
Sorry, Dr. Fernanda.
I haven't.
I'll ask that question again.
No,
Ask that question again.
not properly. I just talked a little bit with my housemate. But he's English.
He's English?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I live with an English man, Irish guy. I don't know his age, but he's younger. And a Pakistani.
Pakistani man. Yeah. Okay, so you spoke with them?
Just with the English.
Just with the English man?
Yeah.
Okay, why? How long? Or sorry, how long? Why?
Because he
How
was
long?
not feeling.
How long were you speaking?
No, not too much. He was in a rush.
He was in a rush.
Yeah, just spoke with 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay, how many of you spoke for more than 15 minutes in English on the weekend? 1, 2 people. Yes. How much time did you spend speaking English, Julie?
Oh, 7 hours?
7 hours. 7 hours, though.
7 hours.
Why 7 hours? Why 7 hours?
2 hours?
2 hours. What's that 2 hours? Where did you do the 2 hours of speaking English?
I called my boyfriend.
Oh no! So 7 hours. Oh, okay, 7 hours. Yeah, it wasn't work, of course. It wasn't work. Okay, 7 hours with your boyfriend speaking in English. And what were you talking about with Alex for 7 hours?
A lot of topics.
A lot of topics. Yeah, but what's the interesting topic that you were talking to Paula about?
We have a little bit argument.
Yes, you had a big argument for 4 hours, was it? 4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hour argument, yeah. What were you arguing about?
It's like cultural problem.
Cultural problems.
Yeah.
Everyone, say hello to Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hello, Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
Hello, Alex. Yes. Well,
Because like in South Korea, like before married, to live
before getting married.
Live together is really weird situation. But in Europe, is not only in Europe, like in USA or different countries.
Everywhere. Everywhere except South Korea. It's everywhere except South Korea.
agree with that.
Even in North Korea. Even in North Korea they do it. Yes.
Like live together in the relationship. It is, I think, really normal. So I will planning to move.
You're planning to move, yeah.
Yeah, planning to move. So he
Where are you planning to move to?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Just to clarify, Alex is from Germany. Germany. Yes, exactly. Are you expecting Alex to move to the Netherlands?
But like I live in Netherlands in 2 years. Only 2 years.
You will live
Yeah, I will live
in the Netherlands for 2 years. Yeah.
And then actually I'm planning to move Germany as well.
Move
To
to Germany. Exactly. To Germany.
Germany.
Yes, very good. Yes.
So like
And what was Alex's idea about your plan?
he will move as well.
To the Netherlands.
No. He will now. He live with his family, and then he will move to different city. So it is only for 2 hours driving to Netherlands. Like I will live in Amsterdam.
All
So it's
right.
fine. So and then
Where are you going to live?
Amsterdam.
Sorry, just to clarify,
Oh.
one person I know lives in Amsterdam.
Tanya?
Tanya lives in Amsterdam with Leroy. So maybe you could say hello. This is my ex-girlfriend from 13 years ago. 13 years ago. She lives with her husband Leroy from the Netherlands in Amsterdam. But don't worry, I've totally forgotten about. So say hello when you move. Say hello if you ever meet Tanya. Yes, very, very good. Very nice. Very nice. She's from Russia. She's from Russia. But her husband is Dutch. He's Dutch as well. Okay? Say hello to Tanya and Leroy. Leroy, yes, very, very nice. Next one then. Did you go anywhere this weekend where you had to use English? Daphne. Like for example, a shop, a restaurant, a social event. How did it go?
I didn't go.
You didn't go anywhere. You stayed in your bedroom and hid. Okay? Nowhere. You didn't go to the shop. Nothing. No shops. No, not. This is very depressing.
Very tired.
I'm very tired. For 2 days, I stayed in the room. Where are your flatmates from?
Brazil.
Oh dear Lord.
I have a couple of Georgia.
Georgians.
Yeah.
Does anyone know where Georgia is? Where is Georgia?
Georgia in Europe.
Yes, where? Well, actually, there's a confusion because there's a state in the United States called Georgia, but there's a country here which is also called Georgia as well. Yeah. So a couple of Georgians, do they speak English very well or not? Okay, let's move on before you insult your Georgian flatmates. Okay, next one then, Paula. Did you experience any cultural differences while speaking English this weekend?
I think not this weekend.
Not this weekend, the previous weekend then.
Probably, yeah. Sometimes I think could be that sometimes. For example, in my case, I think that I can like speak also with my hands.
Yes.
Like a lot, probably. Sometimes, like in this moment.
So you're half Italian. Okay, half Italian. Yes, very good, very good. And Irish people don't, or other nationalities don't? Like, for example, could you please tell me in the language of sign, okay, sign language in your languages, in your culture, give us the body language to say, come here.
It's like this.
Now, could you look at Juhi, please? Do it again. Now, for me, that sort of means go away. Okay? Okay? Go away.
This is most of the words.
This is come here. Would you expect this is come here? I wouldn't expect. No. This is nothing. This is nothing. Okay. Could you tell me what this means? This is Italian. I used to have an Italian friend. Okay. What's that mean? Any ideas? What?
Baby.
A baby? No.
Crying.
No. This means cute. Okay? Oh, you're very cute, etc. Like that. Yeah. So do that to the Italians, they'll understand. Is there any other body language that you would use or gesture that nobody else would understand?
Yeah. When you are in a restaurant, you say
Yeah, what's that called?
to.
What are you doing when you do that?
With the bill.
Asking for the bill or getting the bill, etc. You wouldn't do that in your countries? What would you do in your country? In Korea, what would you do for asking for the bill?
Asking for the bill?
Yeah. Would you ever, like when the waiter or waitress there, this is what you might do in Ireland for the bill.
Oh, but actually in South Korea I have a lot of.
Yeah, what would you do in South
Oh,
Korea?
we not ask.
You don't pay.
We have to go.
You leave the restaurant
yeah.
without pay.
No. We
Yeah.
have to go to wait.
Oh, you have to go to the waiter or waitress.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
like
you do.
we have a counter, you know?
Yes, yeah.
And then we have to.
You have to go to the counter. You would never ask for the waiter or
Yeah,
waitress.
no, it's really rude.
Very rude.
Yeah.
All
Can you
right.
give me a bill or can I pay here? It's really rude. We
Excellent.
have to go to the counter.
Does that mean something somewhere as well?
Money?
Yeah. This? No, nobody? No? Yeah, was.
Really good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Not in Brazil. In Brazil, I believe it's somewhere down here, this part of the anatomy. Okay, right down there. Yes, am I correct? Yes, very good. So you need to be careful when you're in Brazil. Let go. Yeah, yes, yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic. You need to be careful. Next one then, Charles. Did you notice any grammar mistakes you made while speaking during the weekend, and what were they?
Yeah, for example, all these things about kitchen, I have a lot of mistakes about how do you say and how it's
In the kitchen.
yeah, about kitchen, like for example dish rag.
All right, we can go over that if you suggest it this week.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go over this. Okay, remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, can you turn the page? Sorry, just 1 second. Can you turn back to that, please? Just turn back to that. Yeah, for a moment. Right now, Dr. Fernanda, what do we want in this class? Fake enthusiasm. So, can you turn the page, please? Oh, amazing! Beautiful turning of pages there. Beautiful turning of pages. Now, up at the top of the page, you will see expressions used for suggesting things. Could you read the first one, please? Paula.
If the.
Yes, if.
Oh, yeah. If I were you, I would.
No, not I will. If I were you, I'd blah blah blah, etc. Okay, so this is a suggestion. So you typically would use would. It's imaginary. Would. So that's would. It's not will. Okay. Next one
I
then.
said would, but.
I said would with the pronunciation of will.
No,
Very good.
I didn't pronounce like this.
We'll see. Check it back. Next, Dr. Fernanda. Enthusiasmus.
Have you considered?
Oh, beautiful enthusiasmus there. Next, Charles.
It might be worth.
Blah, 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 ing. So after those, I'll give you expressions in a second. Next one then, Juhi.
You could always try.
Oh yes, and a little bit of facial expressions there. Beautiful work. Next, Daphne.
One option might be true.
Very good. Next, Paula, who is dying over here in the corner. But if you are going to die, Paula, make sure it's on the screen, because that increases the number of subscribers. Okay? Yes, continue.
Why don't you consider it?
Yeah. Why don't you
consider.
Yes, not considerate, consider. That's very good. Next, Dr. Fernanda.
Perhaps you should.
Very good, excellent. And Charles, remember, enthusiasmus.
I strongly recommend.
Very nice. Okay. Now, the important thing with this is that you use the correct grammar after it. So, for example, in the first one, if I were you, I'd, then you need what? What do you need after I'd? Infinitive, infinitive, infinitive. Infinitive of the verb, yes. So you'd have to say something like, if I were you, I'd go, or I'd do, or I'd say, or I'd want, or I'd speak, etc. So you need a verb, okay? Just an infinitive of the verb. Next one then, have you considered, and then what comes after that? Verb ing. Verb ing. Very good, Julie. So for example, have you considered going? Have you considered speaking? Have you considered eating? Blah, 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 etc. Next one then, it might be worth, and then what comes after that? Ing. Very good, Daphne. Excellent work there on your first day, ing. Yes, it might be worth speaking, going, talking, etc. ing. Next one then, you could always try. You won't know this, Daphne, but usually what happens in this class is I ask a question about grammar, and then so I'll ask the question about grammar to the class, and then the response is so that's that question again. Okay? One option, or sorry, you could always try, yes, you can use a to infinitive, or you can use ing. So you could say, you could always try to speak, or you could always try to talk, or you could say, you could always try speaking, or you could always try talking. Okay? So you can use both in that case, but you must use to. Next one then, one option might be to consider, or sorry, one option might be to verb, yes, infinitive. Okay, so verb. So one option might be to talk, or to speak, or to eat, etc. Next one then. Why don't you consider? Now you should already know the answer. Ing because of the consider above. Okay, so you have why don't you consider ing? Why don't you consider talking, speaking, etc. Next one then. Perhaps you should. Infinitive of a verb. And the reason is because you have a modal verb should. Okay, so if you see should, could, may, might, must, all those ones, then you must use an infinitive after that. And then the last one, I'd strongly recommend, what comes after that? Ing. Yeah, typically it's ing. Okay, it's not a terrible mistake if you use to with this, but typically you use ing. I'd strongly recommend going, speaking, talking, etc. If you said I'd strongly recommend to speak blah blah blah, it's possible, but it's less common. Try to use the ing form. Okay, now.
Also, in
yes.
the second, have you considered? We can also use to.
No, you cannot say have you considered to go. Never. Okay. You could use a noun. You could say have you considered Ireland? Have you considered Mexico or Brazil or South Korea? You can use that, but you can't use to infinitive.
Because I always say, have you considered to go? Okay.
Eliminate grammaticus incorrecticus. Okay, you understand that? Okay, very good. All right, now below you have dilemmas. So, for example, I've been offered my dream job, but it's in a country I've never even visited. What would you suggest to your partner? So, if I were you, I'd stay at home, for example. You understand that? Have you considered not going? Okay? It might be worth staying at home. You could always try staying at home. One option might be to stay at home. Why don't you consider staying at home? Perhaps you should stay at home. Or I'd strongly recommend staying at home. Very good. Excellent. Now, with your partners, I would like you to go through those and use that language to make suggestions to your partner. You may begin now. Okay? You three are together. You two are together. Enthusiasmus. Enthusiasmus. Enthusiasmus, immediate mus. Whatever you would say. Very soon, ladies.
Or staying at your home.
You don't need to write.
I can't stand my boss, but I need this job for my visa.
For my
Visa. Oh my god, it's not because we pronounce it.
well, we don't in English.
Visa.
Visa.
Visa. Okay, tell me guys.
You go always straight to my
You know, you get it.
Make sure to use these nowadays.
And you feel means like an area or something.
Yes. Okay, in
Thank
the new
you.
way.
Thank you. I was like a little, afraid that nobody suggests me to try to find a new job. I was like, guys, what's wrong with you? Because he said ignore it.
Focus.
And after he said take therapy, and I was like, okay, no, fine, and we go.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Thank you. Okay.
I want to change careers. I need to work.
Oh my god.
And I'm experiencing the new field.
I'd like to try consider
One.
subject.
Close.
Study something like why don't we consider preparing a team now? But why not?
I strongly recommend. It's correct to stay abstaining.
Yes.
It's correct.
Yes. Correct. That's correct. Abstaining from what?
Studying one career in your 40s.
Not changing career. It's not studying. Career is your goal. What's my career?
Yeah.
What's my career? Teacher too. It's not my degree.
It's like
My
yours.
degree is mathematics. What I studied in university. It's a false friend.
Okay.
It's not career. Okay? So it's what you will do in your life for your job. Okay? So like engineer.
Okay.
Ask your
Oh yeah.
No, be careful. What comes after recommend? Breaking. What's that word? What question is that? Case for that. Okay, so that's it. I
If
strongly
I were
recommend
you,
what? Breaking.
I will go to school.
You would.
No, because it's just tomorrow, like you don't have enough time.
I should have put in. Where is it?
It's too risky.
My partner really wants to move to the Netherlands, but I don't.
I really love it my flatmate, but I don't know if they feel the same way. Come on. Yeah.
Really.
Why don't you consider asking if maybe he feel the same than you?
As you. Very good.
Don't care about their. You know, it's like I really miss you. Like, it's good for everybody. Thank you.
I don't know if I were you, or just keep friends.
Excellent, baby.
But it stays the friend zone area. It says thank you.
And to check like if the person is interested in someone else. I don't know.
Charles was so romantic. Look at that. Look at that there, folks. That's really beautiful there. So beautiful. Free.
My partner wants to keep my identity.
What option do you want you to talk? But is it like the
Free.
You consider having a new husband.
Finding a new
Finding a new husband.
Have you considered having like
So I see what's happening
dogs?
here.
Like,
You guys are
Instead
like, I'm not going to have kids, but
Give Daphne a
I'm going
chance.
to have dogs for you.
my house?
What is your name? My name is Julie.
It's I think you should talk about this first.
Next question.
I found all of my friends is
Really?
cheating on their partner.
Alright.
And their partner is also my friend.
Fat drop.
It's hard. It's hard because both are your friends.
I strongly recommend
Perhaps you should talk
bringing
bringing this friend that is cheating.
fake
Fake partner. That's a good idea.
You could always try to talk to your friend, probably make you know that it's better to be honest.
Talk to this friend.
Okay.
To be honest with his or her partners who has
What would you say? Like, to the
Enter an open relationship if I got
something
to say it.
about them.
Do you know Daphne? Yeah, explain.
I don't know if there is proof or something. I don't know if I have how to prove that. If I can't prove, I just have a person that I know they should.
But you can so what? Oh my goodness, this is really weird.
This situation, this friend, might say,
You are
jealous.
I
I what?
oh my god.
and attempt to message them. Come on. I hate you.
Have you considered thinking why did you break up? Because
That's a good one.
If I were you, I delete my account in that moment. Over that happened. Yeah, again.
But it doesn't matter, you can unmatch.
Yeah.
Can you unmatch?
Yeah, but maybe the next time he...
Stop! This group was very enthusiastic and they finished. Right. The first one then, Dr. Fernanda. Your flatmate, Charles, is constantly having loud sex and it's affecting your sleep. What would you suggest? He's very loud, very loud. Oh, that's amazing. Okay?
One option might be talk to the person.
To talk. One option might be to talk. What would you say? What would you suggest saying?
Actually, not this about sex happened in my life.
Oh, it did happen in your life. Yeah. Charles,
No,
was it?
no, but the person arrived too late.
Yeah, very late,
Start-
very
yeah,
late.
Very late, and they started talking with his partner,
Mhm.
whatever. But I mentioned, I just talked to the person, like, oh, I've heard, I'm not direct, but I've heard some noises, like
Yeah.
midnight,
And what did the person do?
Yeah,
They continued.
No, the first time no,
Yeah.
but then
Eventually, again, yeah.
they-
But what would you do if Charles was making a lot of noise there next door? What would you like? It's a difficult topic to speak about. Charles, would you feel offended? Quiet, yeah. A bit quieter, please, Charles. A bit quieter. And to be honest, I'm not. If you look at Charles there now, look at the way he's sitting. Okay? Look at the way he's sitting there now, Charles. Okay, ready. Exactly, prepared. Like he's like a predator, this man. Next one then, Juhi.
Yes.
You matched with an ex on the dating app, and now you're tempted to message your ex. What would you suggest would be a good course of action?
It's a dependent. If I were you,
What would you do?
I'd talk.
You would text the person. Now you're in a relationship with Alex. You'd text the person, your ex, would you?
I'm not using dating app.
Well, we just have to just imagine.
If I were you, I can say how are
You would text. Oh, you'd say, how are you?
How are you?
All right, okay. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yes. How are you? Yes, very nice. Okay, next one then. Daphne. If you got invited to a party, but your ex, who you're still in love with, was there with their new partner, what would you suggest the person would do? Let's say it's Juhi. So Juhi is there, okay? So she's invited to a party, and her ex, who she just texted, hello, how are you? She just texted, and she's still in love secretly with the ex. What would you suggest she does?
If I were you, I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't go to the party, no? It's a very good party. There are celebrities at the party. you know you'll probably get gifts at the party, for example. Would you go in that case? You wouldn't go. The gifts, you can sell the gifts. The gifts are going to be about 50,000 euro. It's like the Oscars or something like that. Would you go to the party?
I would go with another person.
You go with another person. Would you go with a very handsome or beautiful person to make your ex jealous or not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would. Yeah, I would as well. Yeah, I would as well. Next one then, Paula. Your housemate never washes their dishes but gets angry if you mention it. What would you suggest there?
One option might be to send the evidence to our group chat.
Send the evidence to the group chat
Yeah.
and shame the person. Okay, so demonstrate to the public. This is what my flatmate is doing. Dr. Fernanda.
We are like different flatmates.
All
So
right.
if you like send the evidence or the proof to the group chat, it's not only me that I'm going to say something.
But it would be coming from your account. It would say
No, why
Paula.
me?
It would be
if more
Paula
people
at the top.
complain about it.
All right. Okay. Very good. Right now, before we take the break, so I'll ask you now to choose the topics of the week, but I want you to use this language. Okay? So have you considered it might be worth blah blah blah? Okay? So choose the topics for the week. Now Daphne doesn't know, so Juhi, you're going to have to explain. Okay? I want you to choose grammatical topics, vocabulary topics, could be listening, reading, writing, speaking, whatever you want, and general topics like sport or dancing or whatever, etc. Right? Off you go. Quick. You have 3 minutes. Now, again, what do we want in this class? Enthusiasmus. Exactly. Right? Off you go. Quick.
Kind of difficult.
Now, just to clarify, there's only 5 of you, and the other 5 people who are supposed to be here are going to be doing the same topics that you've chosen. So if they hate the topics, they'll hate you. Okay, right? Keep going.
One option might be to learn about things that we need to do, like the whole
You should be a politician. One option might be to learn things like we need to do.
One option might be to watch the series.
Oh yeah.
There
is
are
a
characters from a series.
I'll consider it.
without sunscreen.
Just eating on Friday.
Like a
Eating Friday. Right, continue. You finished?
No, but no.
Right, okay, we'll go over some of the suggestions then. This group, give us some of your suggestions. Daphne.
work.
Working.
Work.
Oh yeah, I like that. I just make you all work. Okay, that's very good. So like what?
Interviews.
Okay. Yes, interviews. Anything else? I suppose, well, we did it a while ago, so maybe we might do it. Was it January? Yeah, so it's quite a time ago. I might do one or two more again. Anything else? So, oh yes, what else with the work?
Like she want to learn about in the work, like kind of useful vocabulary.
Okay, but what kinds of vocabulary would you be exposed to in that case? It depends on the job that you have. So what's your job, Daphne? Finance. Okay, but what kind of financial? Financial advisor, accountant, what?
It's like a controller, audit.
Audit. Okay, audits. Okay, financial audits. Okay, right, very good. Yes, it can happen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What else did you choose?
Actually, like you, body language.
Body language. Right, okay, we go with body language. Anything else? Any grammar? No grammar. What's grammar? Okay, right. This group.
Quotidian life.
No, you wouldn't say quotidian. What you would say is daily.
Daily.
Okay, so quotidian is a very, very formal word in English. Okay, quotidian. No, nobody really uses it. Okay, so if you said it to the average person on the street, it's what are you talking about? Okay, so daily life. Now, what do you mean by that? Now you chose that last week again, but I didn't get through it. But what do you mean?
Like, for example, things that to turn on. How do you say boiler in English?
Turn on the boiler. Okay, so are you talking about daily life at home or what?
Yeah, daily life home, like things that you need to do.
Okay, at home, etc. Okay, anything else?
It might be worth it to review some conditionals for me.
Conditionals again. Okay, we'll go over the conditionals for the 600th time.
Yeah, mix the conditionals.
Mix conditionals.
Yeah.
Okay, mix those conditionals, right? Very good.
For me, it's very hard.
It's very hard to do the mixed conditionals, right? Very good. Very popular choice. Very popular choice. You can see Juhi said, mixed conditionals. Yes. Okay. Next.
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So
well,
tomorrow this will be the class. Wait for this. Tomorrow this will be the class.
I did. About the feelings or
There we go.
No.
There we go. Reading the dictionary. That's what we will be doing tomorrow. I think we will do A tomorrow. And we'll work our way through the course to Z. Okay, excellent. Good. Anything else?
A series or a film.
Okay, so watching a series and going through the vocabulary that you might get in that. Okay, series and then look. Now I might use the word lexis. So lexis is like vocabulary and things like that. Okay, collocations. What else?
Vocabulary of the kitchen.
This man. This is very useful for some of you because you don't go out on the weekend. You stay in your house. Okay, so yes, kitchen vocabulary. Okay, right. Anything else? Bathroom vocabulary, sitting room vocabulary. Anything else? Anything else? Nothing else?
Reading.
Okay.
Like we did. I don't know, man.
Yeah, actually, you would be. No, the two of you were the only people who did this. So before, I don't really usually do this because it takes a bit of time out of the class when I'm supposed to be teaching you or whatever. But a couple of times we've done I've given the class half an hour where they read whatever they want. And if they need my assistance, I will come and give them assistance. But the reason we did it is because I want you to get into the habit of reading more. The people who read more in your languages as well as English, their vocabulary gets bigger, okay? You, if you don't read, your vocabulary will stay pretty much lower than most of the people who do read, okay? So I would encourage you to read more. I might do half an hour during the week where you choose whatever you want to read. Like for example, Juhi, she said she likes to read about football, so she was reading articles about football all the time, okay? Anything else? I might actually, there's one other activity that I might do with this as well. Anything else? Now I love this. What you're going to get in this video if you watch it back. Any other suggestions? You can hear the, it's amazing, the tick-tock.
That's everything.
Yes, what? That's everything. Okay, so I'll try to go through some of this, and I'll look back at last week if there was any other topic that we didn't do that you want to do. Right, some terrible news, Daphne. Some terrible news. I know you'll be very, very disappointed about this, but it's now time for the break. Shockingly bad news, right?